cloudy. Very cloudy. A little windy. You won't meet your husband at Bufford's. What? A Pontiac Solstice. Nice. That is a cool car to see downtown. Wasn't expecting that. Be safe. I always wear a condom, my friend. So I was looking at, I forget, K-Lut or K-Tut, K-Put, some local news. I'm not good at acronyms, they destroy me. Apparently there are some buildings that got built with office space that's 70 to 90% vacant. I don't know what that means, HBO Matt, that's confusing as hell. That's confusing as fuck. Any AI cameras out there? Nope, we got no flock and no live view here. No flock, no live view. Austin's supposedly one of the largest cities in the country that does not have any flock cameras in it, which is pretty nice. At least for now. 603. 603 New Hampshire? I didn't live there long enough to remember that. They have live music up there, I think. I still have an earbud in, so can't really tell the difference between PA. No, that's live. That's awesome. Nice. I feel like Austin is similar to what New York City was 17 years ago, back when all the live music venues started to go away and people couldn't afford to live there. Like, I feel like I'm at the start of that here, right? The tail end of that in New York City was around 2000. When did BB King's go out of business? It was sometime between 2007 and 2010 that you could, BB King's, you couldn't go and see live music there in New York anymore. I don't know, that was like the beginning of the end for me. HBO Matt is the first woman auditor who's facing corrupt officials that don't appreciate rights, including in public like you. Wow. Okay, that's cool. I support that, but I couldn't tell from that sentence. Someone says country music is the worst. Oh, nonsense. I'll listen to anything that makes my foot tap. I'm sure there's a lot of bad country music, but there's a lot of shitty music in every genre, really. A blue Cybertruck. Hey, that car is so fucking ugly. I'll never understand it, man. I usually don't care about the appearance of a vehicle. I care about the functionality of it, but that thing just looks like such a piece of shit. I'll never understand. Yeah, sorry for the wind. I didn't plan on doing a stream, so I didn't carry a microphone with me. I just don't feel like carrying that stuff in my pockets everywhere that I go. I was about to go home, and then I decided, right before going home, what if I did another 3 miles of walking? So I'm walking to something else, and then home, to get a little bit of extra exercise in. I fucked myself with exercise since the spinal injury, so I have a lot of exercise to do to get back to where I was before. Some of it's the high intensity cardio, and some of it is just not sitting on my ass. I got a lot of sitting on my ass to make up for. Floppy disk repair co. Bruh. What the fuck is that? Someone in Flushing has a pink wrapped Cybertruck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, the sound of New York. I remember that. I'll be honest, if I was going to have a money laundering front, I would name it Floppy Disk Repair Co. I think that's a great name for a money laundering front. I'm not saying that's what they are, but if I was going to start one, that's exactly what I'd name it. I think that man is throwing up into a trash can. I passed just in time for you to not see that. This is not New York City. They're playing live music. Any place with live music would have been replaced with a fucking Chaser at Starbucks by now. This is New York City.
Now when a young lady reaches about the age 35.
Did you just say A-Train vibe? Looks more like Austin than New York City. Oh, we might be onto something there, bro. I wonder why. Different city. Nice to see you out and about. Here's 10 Canadian pesos. Thank you. Flock cameras in Colorado used to track a commercial truck driver and charge him via logbook violations. I didn't understand it, so I didn't really go over it as much. I don't understand what a logbook violation is. I read one of the descriptions of it, and I think it was written with truckers in mind, or like that truckers would be reading it. I'm not a trucker, so I would have to do research to figure out what it was. And because I got that email on a weekend, I just kind of flipped by it since I didn't want to do research at the time. I have no idea what a logbook violation is. I'd be curious to know more. But admittedly, I was being lazy and did not research it just because it was the weekend and I wanted to be a bum. I do read all the emails I get. It's just I differ in the level of engagement that I provide each individual one based on when I read it, what I'm doing. But I'll double check. What's your verdict on life in New York City versus Austin? I don't really have a verdict because I wasn't. I don't get notices in the mail anymore asking for more money than I'm actually worth. So that's a good thing. I really had a low bar. It's not like I moved because of like a dating scene or something, or I didn't move for live music or any of the other, even cost of living really. I left because I was sick and tired of getting little notices in the mail asking for more money than I'm actually worth or have made throughout the course of my entire life. Like that was it. Such a low bar. You didn't read mine. I may have read yours and then not responded if it was something stupid. I do read them all. Some of the emails I get are really dumb. But I don't know if yours is one of them. Log violations could be from time behind the wheel to improper stop, logs, plenty of things. Yeah, I gotta learn more about that. Where is this? This is 6th Street, which is kind of like a fun, I mean this in a positive way, like a fun degenerate hangout. So, like not insulting degenerate, just sometimes you may be in the mood for a degenerate place to walk by. And like every now and they also have a lot of cool live music here. Like this is where Alice in Chains would have, if Alice in Chains were a band that started in Austin and it was the early 90s, like this is where I'd be expecting them to perform before they got a record deal kind of thing. What's your favorite local food joint? I don't really have one, honestly. I gotta take that back. SP Steakhouse. SP Steakhouse is fucking amazing. So imagine you take Fogo de Chao and you make it good. If you took Fogo de Chao and you made it good, that'd be SP Steakhouse. It's amazing. It's literally the only good place, the only amazing place where I would tell somebody, wow, you have to eat here. For the most part, Austin does not really have impressive food if you're a foodie. I'm not a foodie, but if I were, not for me. Oh, and Oko. This is Pinoy Meze at this Filipino place called Oko on the east side. That's beautiful. May actually be where I'm walking to now. Literally, since saying it out loud, now I want to eat there again. I have never eaten anything there besides this one dish. It's this mango, eggplant, coconut thing on a pita. It's fucking amazing. Because nothing I get on the menu is going to be as good as that. So if I ate something that's a 10, why would I want to try anything else? And there are a lot of places in New York City that I like for the food, but they're all fucking gone. Mezzetto for the truffled gnocchi. I think it opened around 2014, closed in 2020. That was on Houston and First Avenue. God, that was beautiful. I miss my Mezzetto. I like the Lucha burrito with some carrot habanero hot sauce. Tempeh burrito with some carrot habanero hot sauce. Oh, I miss that so much. I think they got a double whammy. They were paying their employees off the books, and they were paying them below minimum wage. So, like, I think you could probably survive paying employees off the books, and you could probably survive paying them below minimum wage. Actually, no, you can't survive the maybe you could maybe survive wage theft. You cannot survive. How fucking stupid are you to pay people below minimum wage off the books? What the fuck? I figured something weird was going on there. So I remember there's this front clerk, forget her name, what was her name? I think it was Olivia. A shout out to Olivia if she's ever watching this. She's awesome. She thinks she showed up in one video in 2016, mid-2016, with purple hair. Anyway, shout out to Olivia, she was up. I told her and one of the chefs there, I gave him my card and I said, just to be clear, there's a place called Vio Pancho Taqueria that closed on around Bedford and Green or Bedford and Clifton. I forget if it was Bedford and Green and Bedford and Clifton. It's been a long time since that place closed. They're perfectly set up to do this. If your boss ever closes this place or they go out of business, I will hire you all for more money than you're currently paid, just so that I could keep eating this fucking burrito. I don't know how to run a restaurant, but then again, I don't know how to fucking run a repair business either. I guess I know how to run it into the ground. I know how to run a lot of things into the ground. But here's what I'll do. I'll hire. So I'm serious. Here's a card. Like, I'll pay you more money than you currently get paid. I'll hire you all. Simply because I've never had a burrito this good in my life. And they closed without ever calling or texting. Oh well. I hope they all went on to do cool shit with their life. I remember using Tinder back in 2016 and actually seeing Olivia on the app, and I literally left swiped solely, like the only instinct that I had in my head was, I cannot fuck up the relationship that I have with this burrito. I remember that day. That was such a good fucking burrito. Like, I'm not gonna fuck that up. Are you kidding me? No way. What happens if it doesn't work out? I'll never be able to eat here again. My personal trainer, shout out to Dr. Evil Genius if he's here. I always joke that he was the one that shut down that restaurant or that called in something to the IRS or some shit. He always used to tell me, like, what's the point of giving me $150 a session if you are just going to eat 3 to 4 burritos a day? Like, this is like, you could keep giving me money to exercise and then eating 3 or 4 burritos a day, but you're not going to look like something that I could put on my client list when I advertise. Look at what Dr. Evil Genius's personal training services do for you. What was in the burrito? Everything. Do you plan on staying in Texas? I don't know. I bought a house here, so probably for a while. I have a house, and I rent a shithole apartment. Like a shithole, triple shithole apartment for, I don't feel like going all the way back. Would I stay? You know, here's the weird thing. I don't know how to put this, but I spent probably 3 or 4 months in my life in New Hampshire. And for some reason, that felt like home, and this feels like the place I am before I go home someday. I've been, at this point, I've had my house for 2.5 years. I've lived here for 3.5 years. And I lived in New Hampshire probably like 3 or 4 months. Probably less because I was traveling a lot back then. And that felt more like home to me. Don't tell me, I can't tell you why. I don't have a rational way to process it yet. Someday I will. A liquor store with bars in the window. Oh, I feel homesick for Bed-Stuy right now. That's pretty. I miss liquor stores with bars in the windows. I love how it says welcome on the sign. There's a giant colored sign that says welcome that's like changing and flashing colors with bars everywhere. Ah, feels like home. Why walk and not drive a car? Cause I'm a fat fuck right now, that's why. Look at this. My stomach is sticking out past my tits, like gross. Yeah. I got work, man. I hurt my spine earlier in the year, so now I have a lot of not exercising to make up for. I started lifting again, did my physical therapy and everything, but I spent too much time sedentary, and I gotta make up for that. So for the past few weeks, I've been able to do that without pain again. So there are times I just spend 3 or 4 hours just walking around after I do a run. So I'll do a run after I'm tired with my run. Just walk around for a while. Looks like 16.9 being forced in a 4.3. I don't know. It's a cell phone stream, man. There's no advanced settings or anything in the YouTube app. Who the fuck knows? You dropped the ball. If you would have bagged, you would have secured the plug. What? The plug? Evening Lewis, why is everything sideways? I don't know. YouTube Live does this thing where it really tries to force you into doing vertical video streams, and even after you select horizontal, a lot of the times I have to go back and I have to select it again and again and again and again. Like, they really try to force the vertical video stream, and it's a weird dark pattern in the YouTube app, and I don't know why, but I probably got tricked by the dark pattern. And now you can't change it when the stream has started. It's really annoying, but what are you gonna do? You'll be fine. Just turn the shit sideways and you'll be fine. Very happy. If auto rotate is on the phone, so it should know. Oh well. I haven't heard anyone shout out hello, Lewis. Good. This place is kind of like a diet version of the East Village. Nowhere near as many businesses or bars or restaurants, like nowhere near. But it's like a diet version. Is that a Waymo SUV? Oh, they have a bunch of Waymo. I think it's a Jaguar electric vehicle. I'm not sure the model of Jaguar electric vehicle, but they are everywhere. Sometimes I bully them. Like, I'll be at a stop sign and the Waymo has the right of way, and then I actually tried doing this one time. I just did and it actually stopped. I was just curious what would happen. Like, I felt horrible. I just bullied the chatbot inside of a car. Thought that car was gonna run me over. That's what I get. That was quick karma. Quick karma. It is Oko. Oko is amazing. Benoy Meze. Very good. There's nobody here. What the fuck? How is nobody here? There's nobody inside the restaurant. Oh, that's sad. Maybe they're out of Benoy Meze. He was doing a U-turn. I thought that he was making a left turn, but he was doing a U-turn. He got me. You think New York City is going to be completely fucked with new mayor? Not really. It's just gonna keep getting more expensive. The area where I feel bad for people like Mayor Mandani is a lot of, like, I would never want to be mayor in New York City. There's no amount of money in the world, because a lot of the problems that you want to try and solve were problems that were created and debt that was racked up decades before you ever came to office. It's not like you're starting from scratch. You're starting with a system that's already a giant clusterfuck. Retro Digicam feels. Yes. It looks like The Walking Dead, no people. If you're used to a place like New York City and you come here, you will get that. Like, there are people from smaller parts of Texas that I'll meet that come here and like, oh yeah, I'm not used to the big city life. But me, coming from 8.5 million people to this, which is 800,000 people, it's just, it was empty. No thanks.
This one.
Keisha's Cantina. See, every time I've walked by here, every one of these tables at any time of day has always been people. It's empty.
Beautiful club, man.
Is everybody in a fallout shelter or something? That's it. It's on a bad first date. Maybe. Okay, what the fuck is this? I see this shit everywhere. Oh, time to come. Now it's like Real Player. Yeah. Oh well. I took. Oh, dude. Number 2 is not lonely. What? You mean what? Number 2? What? The chat's getting really stupid. Damn. We'll end it soon. Will you visit New York City? No. Last time I went to New York was September 2022 to pick up some things before I left. Get rid of everything in my old apartment. That's it. I'd never go there again. Don't have a reason to, really. Where are you walking to? Exercise. Waymo. Self-driving car. I have to say I am happy that those are Waymos and those Waymos are not Teslas. If those were Teslas, there'd be a lot more dead people probably. The Waymo self-driving, like, it's not perfect. It gets some stuff wrong, but it's not even close to as stupid as full self-driving. It's not even close. This is Miami vibes with no people. True. I think Miami actually has less people than Austin. It's the weird part. I'm still using a Pixel. Yep. Pixel 9 Pro. Giant piece of shit. I always try to find these used so I'm not paying new, because the price for these things new is outrageous. And they all work like shit, really. Waymos are way worse than Tesla's FR. Just the fact that you say stuff like FR has destroyed all credibility you have, before we get to the argument of how bad full self-driving is in contrast to Waymo. That is cope. We can do full self-driving perfectly with no LiDAR. Yeah. Tell me more, scammer. Tell me more. Tesla bashing by. Oh man, I have to do some more just to get rid of the fan. I have to shake off the fanboys. I can't stand fanboys. I don't even care what it is somebody's a fan of. It's just oh my god, somebody criticized my beloved. I can't take it. I have to run away. How do you live? How do you wake up every day? How do you walk outside when you're that fragile? I don't know how people that are that fragile actually manage to go outside and not melt. Glucka Jim reach out to you? No, somebody else did. Let's see. Same way. Nope. Nope. Not at all. You won't see me fanboy for shit. This really has a little bit of East Village vibe, if it was East Village with parking and no people. Tamale house. Oh, I could use a tamale. That sounds nice. What are your thoughts on trucks and SUVs becoming larger to avoid emission stuff? I think a lot of that stuff is dumb. I like having a small car. And honestly, here's the thing. If you look at a Ford Ranger from 1999, and then you look at a Ford F-150 from 2025, do you really have more space to carry shit? If you're going to Home Depot and you want to load stuff into your truck bed, I'd probably rather have a 99 Ford Ranger than a 2025 F-150. And then the other thing is 99% of the people I see with an F-150, King, Turbo, whatever the fuck, their truck is cleaner than my car. How is that possible? Have you ever done a day's work in your life with this thing? You could see the real contractors because they always have the 99 Ford Ranger. That looks 3 color grades different from the color grade from when they bought it. But if I lived in New York, would you have voted for Mamdani? It's a good question. Sliwa is always going to lose, so that's essentially a thrown away vote. And I remember back in the last mayoral election, like he was talking about parking spots and shit like that, and it's just, like, I don't hate Sliwa at all. I have nothing against him, but like the issues that he chooses to focus on, it's just, like when he was talking about stuff about the, they have the on the street dining after COVID and they kept that, versus like this takes away a parking spot. Like when you think of it from a financial point of view, how much money does that make as a parking spot? How many people does that parking spot serve? Versus how many people are served, and how much money does that make the city, the businesses, everything else, when like 15 people can use that space for listening to live music or eating or whatever the hell else. Like a lot of those things that he was talking about, I didn't dislike him, but he just didn't seem... Well, I would not. It would either be Mamdani or not voting, because I'm not voting for Cuomo. He's just an absolute piece of shit. I'm not a socialist, but again, somebody on Twitter put it well. It's like would I vote for Mamdani or a fascist granny killing rapist? And it's like, fuck, I hate that those are the decisions. I probably would have taken Mamdani over a fascist granny killing rapist. People are like, I can't believe they voted for a socialist. It's like, look at the fucking alternative. Look at the fucking alternative. I lived in New York in 2020, thank you very much. I listened to Cuomo every time he came on television. No, thank you. I think I'm also biased towards Mamdani because I don't live there. So like, this isn't, again, I'm not a socialist. I'm not a democratic socialist or a normal socialist or whatever the hell else. But because I don't live there, it's one of these things where it's like an experiment that I know my personal trainer who still lives in New York City would probably lose at this, but like, if his stuff works, then great. Like maybe I'm wrong about some stuff. And if I was right and a lot of that shit don't work, I don't fucking live there, so I don't really care. I don't have the investment in it, so I can't really give you an answer anymore. And I realized that in the conversation I was having with Dr. Evil about this, because I don't live there, so it's hard. I'm biased by the fact that it's just an experiment. It's a concept to me. I don't have that visceral, I live here shit. I still think if I lived there, I wouldn't have been able to vote for Cuomo. But also, when people say, oh my God, he's going to ruin New York City and all this other stuff, look at it right now. Right? Let's just take a look. If you want to start a small business like the business that I started in New York City, where are you going to go? Every single store says retail space for rent. Every single one of these spaces that says retail space for rent wants fucking $30,000 to $200,000. They've been vacant for like 5 to 10 years. If you want an apartment, it's like $3,000 for a shitbox. Like, what is he going to ruin, right? And I think that's why a lot of people are willing to just take a chance on that shit. It's not like you live someplace where it's somewhat affordable. It's not like you live someplace where when you walk down the street in some of the most majorly populated areas of the country, you don't see retail space for lease on every fucking window. For a lot of people, they look at it and to them it's like, this already failed. Before I leave, I might lay here. Let's try some, like just blow it up, right? I think a lot of the people that voted for him had a similar concept to the people that voted for Trump in 2016, which is just like, none of this has been working for me for 5 to 10 years anyway. I don't know if your shit works, but I'm just gonna throw some dynamite in there.
Yeah, but
like, it's not like you had a competent government. It's not like New York City had a government that was anytime you see a small business that's doing any sort of renovation of a place they lease, they put up a bunch of brown paper and tape, and they play loud music because they don't want to get a permit, because getting a permit for any of the construction or any basic remodels is going to take them months and months and months while they're paying $20,000 to $60,000 in rent, which would bankrupt them. You're already at the point where a lot of people have to break the law just to be able to live their normal life. The number of people that I know that are tax evaders, not because they want to be tax evaders, but it's just, if I'm gonna, I live with 3 people already. My rent is like my rent and all my other bills is still like $1,500. I make $15 an hour. Like, what, you want me to, it's for a lot of people, they're just so far fucked anyway. It's not like you're gonna ruin anything. Well, hello, little pooping bear. Rhetoric is wild as all. See, you need to speak in full sentences. I don't know what to do with that. You gotta give me something to go with. I could understand people going off and saying Mamdani's socialist and he believes in democratic socialism and like removing the profit motive, incentive structure from business and everything else. I could kind of understand that if we're doing that in a city where everything already worked. New York City is the most dysfunctional shithole. And like it was great for a lot of things, if I had to start something from nothing, I'd probably still go back to Herald Square Park even in 2025. But it's a very fucking dysfunctional place. Clap your hands, the birds will stop chirping instantly. Bro, I'm not trying to scare the birds. What the hell's wrong with you? I don't know how socialist Mamdani is when he was so chipper in Trump's office. I think this is, a lot of people have been, firstly, I really enjoyed listening to that press thing. I love listening to the press try and rage bait them and fail at it for 30 minutes. And it was interesting. I think the reason that went so well, and I think the reason that Trump was being so nice to Mamdani, is because he's like, yeah, did this. I think the reason is that they both, if there's anything that those two men had in common, literally the one thing that they have in common was the disdain for the 7th grade gossiper level high school maturity shit of the reporters that were just rage baiting the entire time. Like the one that's like, why didn't you take a bus here? Wouldn't it have been greener? And it's like, bitch, of all the fucking issues facing the fucking city and the country, you want to rage bait him on a climate thing. Like, fuck out of here. It was just like, it was so lame. I mean, I understand some of these questions had to be asked, like, he called you a fascist and he called you a communist. How are you going to reconcile this for the city? But some of those questions they asked, like, they're so fucking petty, man. It was just, I honestly just enjoyed watching it for that element alone. And I think it was very interesting watching that. But New York City does pay a lot in taxes, and it does pay more in federal taxes than it receives already. And if Mamdani wants to be able to do the things he wants to do, he has to have a good relationship with the governor and a good relationship with the president. And I think here's what got me. I think a lot of what the press wanted in that instance, the press wanted, let me think, I'm going to try to put this properly. I think the press wanted Mamdani to declare war on Trump in the Oval Office and be like, we're going to secede and become our own city and you can't do anything to it. And he knows that doesn't work. That you can't do that. It would make good television. It would definitely make good theater, but that's not the reality that he works in. He is the mayor of the largest city in the United States. He's not seceding from the United States. Trump is the president of the United States. Whether people think that's good or not, like, he has to work with him. He has to talk to him. So that's about as. That did not feel like it was going to be that soft. So he has to have a conversation with him. They already know where they stand, right? Like, they already are massive, they have massively different ideas on a number of things. But they have to fucking deal with each other. Like, Trump cannot take Mamdani and just put him into a cage and send him to El Salvador, right? Mamdani cannot secede from the United States by snapping his fingers. Like, that's not realistic. That can't happen. So they have to have a conversation. So if they have to have that conversation and they have to work with each other, how can we make this so that we both are not making things worse for each other? And that's how I saw that conversation. And the way that I saw it when I was listening to the media's questions is, no, we want the wrestling. We want the Kurt Angle hit Triple H's wife in the face with a belt, and Triple H is really mad and wants to kill Kurt Angle. They wanted the wrestling. They wanted the WWF SmackDown and shit. And like that's not real life. Like, that's not how any of that shit works. Maybe I'm just old. I really think that the people from the press that were saying that shit, like, they really wanted Trump to say, yes, I'm taking Mamdani and I'm deporting him to El Salvador to it. Or like for Mamdani to say, we're seceding from the United States effective immediately. Everybody just... None of that is even remotely. It's just... I think I've had meetings like that as well, where it's we both think massively differently on a number of different things. We are aligned on this one thing. We're stuck in this room. We got to be in this room. How cool? What is the best thing that we could do so that 1 year from now we're both better off than we were if we make any other decision? I've had to be in this. I've not been a mayor or a president or anything like that, but just in trying to get things done, I have been in a similar situation to the situation that either Trump or Mamdani were in when they were in the room with each other and had to work something out. That's being an adult. And again, I'm surprised, like, trust me, I'm surprised, as fucking surprised as anyone that Trump's able to be an adult in that situation, but what do you want? Yes, the questions from the reporters are infuriating. I think there was that one moment, and it was very wholesome when that reporter's like, why didn't you take a bus? Why'd you fly here? It would have been greener. It would have been greener. And when Trump was he's like, I will use all forms of you could see that he's like grinning as he's giving his bullshit politician answer. And I'm usually not okay with BS politician answers, but in this case, I'm okay with Mamdani giving a non-answer, just because that was such a fucking stupid fucking question. Like, Mamdani is not Greta Thunberg. Mamdani is not taking a fucking boat across the ocean or some shit because instead of a plane to make a point. Like, that's not his thing, right? I think he's just a dude that thinks climate change is real. I'm wrong. I could be wrong. If you're a dude that actually walks if I said I'm walking right now instead of taking a car, not because I'm a fat ass that's trying to get back into cardio shape, but because I don't want the climate impact of driving 4 blocks, and then I take a plane, sure. But like, if you're just some random dude that just thinks climate change is real, like you asked that question, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is actually wrong with you? Did anybody like you in high school? You either got picked on too little or too much in high school, one or the other. But when Trump looked at him, he's like, oh, I'll defend you on this one, like, it's fast. He has a lot to do. He's pretty busy. He's got a lot of stuff to do. That would have taken a lot of time. The smirk between them was funny because I think that both of them, the one piece of camaraderie they had in that moment is dealing with stupidity from stupid reporters. And I don't hate media, right? There's a lot of publications I read that probably all you guys hate. I think it's good that reporters ask questions. I like different people from all over the political aisle asking questions and writing and researching into things, but like some of the reporters in that room, some of them, they just represented like the very loud minority that make people hate the news or media in general. And it's just I think that both of them had a lot of those questions because they were both populist as they were doing their campaigns, and there was this shared moment of we are complete opposites on everything, but we both fucking hate these people so much that we will be aligned on this just to get them, just to make them. And there was something enjoyable watching that. I have no doubt that over the next 1 to 3 years that there will be a lot of WWF wrestling-ish types of things that occur between Mamdani and Trump. But just, he's not even in office yet, so who knows? I already did a video on Malaysia politics stuff a while back. What's a heady deep? A heady deep stream? What do you think this is? Epstein's Island? Fuck out of here. Get your mind out of the gutter. Good. Thank you. Oh, cute puppy. That was a very cute puppy. You deserve a $25 burger served on a inconvenient wooden plank in a restaurant with rustic decor and way too loud music. You know what? Maybe I will. When you threaten me with a good time. Oh, it's another puppy. Hello. Dogs are starting to grow on me. I love when there's a dog that starts walking towards me and a woman with a grimace on her face starts pulling the leash as hard as she can. I feel so fucking bad for the dog when that happens. Like, I'm sorry that your owner's not happy. I'm sorry. Hello. Adorable dog. Hello.
How are you, man?
Okay. Hello, puppy. Aw. Pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you.
That was a nice puppy. If I'm smiling and I'm really just kind of have a positive attitude and the puppy starts running towards me, I can only imagine us thinking, please get me away from this person that doesn't like me. I'm sorry, bro.
I had a great time, though. I'm sorry for not locking
That puppy seems like he has a happy owner. I met Dave Jones earlier this year and he liked my voice impression of him. So, okay, you meet a YouTuber that you like in person, here's a list of things to not do, voice impressions of them. I don't mind meeting people that know me from YouTube or in person. Like, sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's fucking horrible because they do the weirdest shit. Like that's just one thing I suggest you not do. So if you walk up to somebody, here's the best thing you could do if you walk up to somebody that you see in real life that you know from YouTube or from anywhere else, even if it's not YouTube. Treat them like you just say, hey, how's it going? Oh, I watch your stuff. Oh, cool. What do you think of this? Or pleasure to see you here. Things to not do. Oh my God, I can't believe it's you! How the fuck do you respond to that? Like, if I walk up to somebody and they just do a voice impression of me, like, what am I supposed to do? If I keep walking, that's rude. If I don't keep walking, then that's just too fucking weird. Just don't be weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Yeah, but see, that's also weird, JG. That's another thing not to say. Dude, you're famous. Don't say that. That's fucking weird. I never understood what it was like to be a woman with an attractiveness of 6 or higher until getting D-list YouTube fame. And then just experiencing the reactions. It's like, wow. This is what it must be like to be a moderately attractive female walking down the city. Fuck. This sucks. People just walk up to you and say the fucking weirdest shit. And just like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say back because it's fucking weird. So I just keep walking. That guy was cool. The guy with the dog was really cool. Like, I wish they were all just like that. Oh, hey, Lewis, I know you. Hey, pleasure to meet you. You know, nice, normal, happy, positive interaction. If they were all like that, it would be great. I've never really taken the time to walk around this area much. This is a giant cactus. Whoa, look at this. Giant cactus. A part of me wants to take a piece of this and try and eat it. I'm very tempted to take a piece of this and eat it. Dogs can be nice, Nostalgia Rom. Why aren't you walking with Mr. Clinton? Mr. Clinton doesn't have the energy that he used to. And he also has a bone disease, so Mr. Clinton's I don't think Mr. Clinton would appreciate being taken for a walk. I also don't think 2-year-old Mr. Clinton would have appreciated being taken for a walk, but I definitely don't think bone disease Clinton would be happy with that. He'd probably have a lot of... Mr. Clinton would probably be very, very pissed off with me. Hey. I don't trust you. When I'm at a crosswalk, this is an honor system, and I still don't trust ChatGPT on wheels to obey the honor system. All right, time to get something to eat. It's a pleasure talking to you all. Get some exercise, go outside. See you later.